Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Another live painting class with Paint with Faith, motivational painting. Very excited again today. This is day 2 for the spring break Paint with Faith live classes. For you all joining in, I'm very excited. We got about 1 minute till 1 o'clock. And we're just waiting for a couple people to come on. Your host here, Chevis Davis, owner, entrepreneur Chevis Davis with the company Paint with Faith. If the kids are inside the house, they have any art materials, markers, color pencils, oil pastels, you can grab those at this time, pencils, and we'll be able to do a live Paint with Faith class. This is for people who may be doing homeschooling, people who just want to learn to do some art projects. We've done 2 classes so far. You can look back on our Facebook page live and see what we've been doing. Again, this is Paint with Faith Live. You can check out our website, paintwithfaith.com. We're a mobile, motivational painting class. We come to any location. We bring the canvases, we bring the easels, we bring all the art materials, we cover the tables, we give you aprons, and we have a sip and paint type class, but we do it for kids, we do it for senior citizens, and we do it for all ages. We'll come out to your school, your church, your home, and we'll set up when we do a live motivational painting session with you. And we believe that there's no mistakes in art, just room for opportunity. And we want to be able to give you the opportunity to exercise your faith. We believe that if you can complete our painting class, then what else in your life could you achieve with just some guidance, some motivation, and just some faith or belief in yourself? Your life is a canvas. You got to be able to paint it with faith. And so on today, we're going to do a live painting class. As you tune in, we want you to know that we're going to do a live painting class here. We're going to teach you how to paint. If you're with your parents, senior citizens, or if you're with someone who's unable to leave the house at this time, or if you have some kids with you who need a spring break project or they missed their art class, we're here to help you with Paint with Faith Live. If you want to support us, you can look at our Cash App and our PayPal page if you want to support what we're doing. We're going to be doing this all week just for spring break at 1 p.m. To keep the kids activated, to keep the kids excited, to keep the kids creative. And so we always believe that you're most like your creator when you create. And so that's what we're support. That's what we're about. And we're going to be able to keep you activated with that. So thanks for tuning in, all the people that's tuning in. Again, this is Paint with Faith Live, a motivational painting company. We take a trained and certified art coach, and as well as a life coach, and then a professional artist. We bring those 2 things together, and that's where you get Paint with Faith. If you're going to be motivated, we're going to motivate you. If you're ready to be creative, we're going to help you bring out your creativity, and we're going to do a live painting on today. Just a few moments, we're going to get started. Before we get started, we'll tell you a little bit what we're about and how we started. We've been doing public speaking and encouraging and motivating people. Been an artist for over 30 years, and so I brought those 2 things again to get you excited, to get you animated, to keep you acclimated, and to keep you therapeutic. All right, so art is therapy. In case you didn't know, we're gonna make you feel relaxed, make you feel good about yourself with your abilities. And we believe that you can do all things. That's part of our motto. We believe that you can do all things. Your life is a canvas. You got to be able to paint it with faith. And we want you to understand that whatever dreams, goals, or aspirations that you have in your life, you can do it. We just use a means of art in order to make you realize what you can be able to do. Now, just think about your life being a blank canvas, all right? You may not know where you want to go. You may not know what you want to do. You may not know how to get there, all right? So we believe that if you have the right motivation, somebody telling you to keep pushing, to keep going, you can do it. Sometimes you just need that coach in your life to be able to push you to that next step. You want it inside, you want it so bad, but sometimes somebody got to push you. That's the motivation. That's what we're about. And then some guidance. Sometimes the coach gets you there, but you don't really know how to do the right things. You may want to do real estate. You don't know how to buy a house. You may not know about how to talk to a realtor or a mortgage broker. You may not know those steps. You may be trying to learn to ride a bike, but you don't even know how to get on and start the pedal. And so that's the guidance. Sometimes you need a mentor, somebody to help you walk you through the steps. We're also about that as well. With the motivation, now you get the guidance, and then most of all, in order for you to even take that motivation and to take that guidance and make it to that next level, you got to be able to have that faith in yourself. All right, you got to be able to know that you can do it. You got to dig deep in your heart and say, yes, I can. If I believe it, I can achieve it. And that's what Paint with Faith is about. We're going to take that blank canvas and understand that you're going to have the right motivation. We're going to give it to you. We're going to give you the right guidance, the simple steps in order to achieve your goal in this painting, which you can also apply to your life. And then lastly, we're going to keep you and acclimate you with that faith, that belief, that dream, that goal, and you want to be able to achieve that goal in your life. And so that's what Paint with Faith is about. We're just an example of how you can take a blank canvas, which represents your life, and put a beautiful painting on top of it. We want your life to be beautiful. We want your life to be a canvas. We want your life to be exactly what you want it to be. But you got to be able to take that step of faith. You got to get that right motivation, and you got to have that right guidance in order to achieve your goals in your life. So that's what we're about. We're going to get started in a minute. We're going to do a live painting class. We've done 2 already. Tune in every single day at 1 p.m. just this week only for the kids. We know they're on spring break. You may not want them in front of the TV all day long. You may not want them outside. It's hot out there. But when you bring them into the house after lunch, after they had their ice cream, after they had their ice pops or whatever, they could come in. They could do a fun art assignment with the host or your coach or Mr. Davis, whatever you want to call me. I'm the art teacher for all people. And we'll go ahead and teach them how to do a simple painting. And listen, you don't have to have expensive materials. You can use this, you can do this with a marker, you can do this with a color pencil, you can do this with oil pastel, or just a regular pencil. The steps will be the same. You'll achieve the same goal. You'll feel good about yourself. You have a sense of accomplishment. And that's what we're going to be doing today at Paint with Faith Live. We got about 1 more minute. We're going to get started. Hey, share this video for all the people that you know may be home with kids and they need something to do. We're going to be doing this live painting class only for this week, 1 p.m. every single day. Just this week. We done one yesterday. We're going to be doing a vase on today with some flowers. This is a good class. It's a little bit more advanced than the last 2 that we've done, but it's still exciting. You can still do a good job. I'm going to show you step by step on how to do it. Get your pencils out, get your paper out, get your crayons, get your color pencils, get everything. And if you want to do this assignment, you can do it as a family, you can do it as friends, but we're stuck in the house, so let's go ahead and have some fun with it as well. So share this video out. If you want to support what we're doing, we got a cash out. We'll take whatever you give. We're happy to be a part of part of your family inside your home. We can't physically come to you. We got this social distance, but we can do it virtually, and we're going to bring it together as well. So it's your last chance. Get your markers, color pencils, crayons out. We're about to get started. And if you want to be able to go back and watch these videos, go back to our Facebook Live page and do that as well. And going forward, if you want to go to Walmart, you can get some canvases, you can get some paint. We're using acrylic paint here. You can use watercolor. And we're going to do these painting assignments. You don't have to spend the most expensive thing. Go to Walmart, go to Michael's, go to Joann's, go to Hobby Lobby. Just grab a canvas, grab some paint, grab some brushes. I'll tell you what type of brushes we're using. And going forward, you can be able to be a part of what we're doing. We thank you all for tuning in to what we're doing. Grab the kids, grab your art materials. Let's get started. We're going to do a simple painting on today. Remember, your life is a canvas painted with faith. If you believe, you can achieve. We also believe that there's no mistakes in art, just room for opportunity. So you won't make any mistakes today. Maybe a happy accident, but no mistakes. And it's going to be a beautiful painting. So again, we're going to use a very low budget because everybody doesn't have art materials. We're just grabbing a regular paper plate. We're putting some paint on it on there. We got a regular bowl, styrofoam bowl. We got water in here. I'm not going to need to use washcloths. I don't want you to use all your washcloths up. We're just going to use some napkins to dry the brush. And we have 2 brushes here, Taklon brushes. All right, we like the plastic handle because, you know, there's kids, they might leave it in the water. With the wooden handles, if you leave it in the water, this will start to swell and this will come off, and then you have a ruined brush. We got a small brush, big brush, Taklon brushes. That's the type of bristles that we're using here. I'm going to give you special techniques. We're going to do a great, beautiful painting of a flower and some vase. So if you want to grab your friends, if you want to do a watch party, go ahead and share this video now. Homeschoolers, kids stuck at home, parents stuck at home with the kids, y'all can do this together. We're going to have a Paint with Faith party right here. So here we go, let's get started. Today we're going to use a 9x12 canvas, a little bit bigger than what we've been doing for the last couple of days. 9x12, we got about 5 colors, red, blue, yellow. That's your primary colors. That's your first art lesson for the day. Primary colors are what? Type it in for me. Your primary colors are what? Red, blue, and yellow, all right? We got one secondary color. The secondary colors are purple, green, and orange. All right, you mix those primaries together, you get the secondary. So we're gonna use green, we already have it, and we have black and white. Black and white aren't colors, they're hues, they're neutral. All right, just so you don't say my favorite color is black. Black is not a color, it's the absence of color. White is not a color, it's the absence of color. So there you go, art lessons. Your art teacher here, Mr. Davis. So again, we're gonna start off with our small brush on today. We're gonna start with a small brush. And we're gonna take that small brush and we're gonna do a line towards the third or the bottom part of the page. Just a blue straight line. It doesn't have to be perfect. We believe there's no mistakes in art. Just gonna do a line. It's gonna represent the table that the vase will sit on. All right, we're gonna start off with that. And then everybody remember parentheses. Y'all remember that in school? I know some of you out of school, been out of school for a long time, 20, 30 years, that's fine. All right, but we're gonna still use these simple terms that you can understand. You know, I wasn't a great math student. I am now, thank goodness, but back then it was very tough for me. So we're gonna use parentheses, all right? So just make a simple parentheses. We're gonna come around here, come around here. All right, there we're not gonna close it. We're gonna leave that parentheses open, curved line. All right, we're using blue and a small brush. All right, then we're gonna do another parentheses right here. All right, very simple parentheses. All right. You see that? That's going to be our vase. We're going to use very simple shapes. We're going to walk you step by step. We're going to give you the motivation. You can do this. We know you can do it. We believe in you. We want you to believe in yourself. We're going to give you the guidance, step by step, simple instructions, all right? And then we're going to have you have to bring your own faith to the table. So we're going to close this up right here, kind of like a smiley face. All right, to close that up. All right, again, your life is a canvas. You need to paint with faith. Your painting is not going to look like mine because we're all individuals, right? And every canvas represents a life. Your life is not going to look like my life. My life is not going to look like your life. So every painting, every life is going to look different. But you got to be able to paint your canvas, and you got to be able to paint it with faith. All right, that's very good, looking good. I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to clean it off. All right, looking good. Take the small brush again and we're using Taklon brushes with the plastic handle. The plastic lasts longer. The wood ones, well, if you leave them in the water, they'll swell. And then when they go back to regular size, this piece will come off and you won't have a good brush anymore. Taklon brushes, that's the type of bristles. They last on, they can take a beat and keep on ticking. So that's what we're using right now. We're gonna take our small brush and we're gonna get some red. We're gonna create some circles here, all right? These circles will actually represent, the flowers in the vase, all right? Some roses. All right, and now the circles don't have to be perfect. I mean, not everyone's an artist, not everybody has a perfect hand, and that's what I love about art. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna bring some flowers down here, so we're gonna make a little circle right here. Varying sizes, okay? I'm doing a medium sized ones. You can do a bigger, you can do a smaller, however you want your pot or your flowers to be, that's up to you. All right, again, make sure you share this video to those who know may be at home, who maybe have some kids at the house who want to do some art. It's a free art lesson from Paint with Faith. Master artist Chevis Davis here. All right, I'm gonna bring a little one over to the side. I'm not gonna even paint the whole thing, just a piece of it over there. All right, it's hanging in the back. I'll do another one hanging off in the back on this side. And don't be afraid to go off the page, all right? Don't be afraid. I'm gonna even make this one go off, all right? I made them kind of big, so it's gonna go off the page. That's fine, all right? If you don't wanna do that, that's fine as well. Give me some likes, give me some thumbs up. Let me know what you think about what we're doing. All right, so we're gonna be painting a flower with vase with some flowers in it, okay? Looking so good, looking good, so far so good. All right, we're gonna clean our small brush off. I think that's enough flowers for me. If I want to go back and add some, if you want to add more, go for it. I mean, you have the freedom of creativity to do this. We don't want to limit what you want to be able to do. So from here, we're going to grab our big brush. And we're going to grab some blue, big brush and blue, and we're going to paint around the vase, all right? I'm just going to go left and right, left and right. I try to paint in one direction when I'm doing the surface. So we're going to go left and right. You can do short strokes if you want to do a Van Gogh style. You can use a lot of thick paint. All right, so we're just gonna go left and right. We're just gonna fill off this page. Again, you can get your materials from Michaels. You can get them from Walmart. You can get them from Joann's Fabrics, Hobby Lobby, any of those places. And also, if you don't have paint materials, you could just use markers, crayons. The steps will be the same. You just have a different media. The steps will be the same, and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do with any type of media, which means materials and art, and you'll be able to do this simple, easy painting and feel good and accomplished. Now, again, we're a motivational company. We're not a faith-based company. We're a motivational company, and we want you to understand that faith is involved in your motivation. Everybody say that they can do it, but until they believe in themselves, they won't be able to do it. So the first step is believing that you can do it. Now, not everybody's an artist, but if you believe that you are, you can do it. Not everybody's a millionaire, but if you believe that you are, you can reach that level. Millionaires believe that they're going to be a millionaire. That's how they get to that step. All right, once you believe you can achieve. In order to win a race, you got to see yourself winning that race before you get there. In order to be able to achieve your goal, you got to see yourself in that goal before you achieve it. All right, so we're a motivational company, and we want you to see this painting in your mind. That's why we start with a blank canvas. We want you to see it in your mind first before we get to that level. That's why we don't stencil it out. That's why we don't draw for you, because we want you to exercise that faith, because faith is like a muscle, all right? Faith is like a muscle, and the more you exercise that faith, the bigger and bigger that faith muscle can get. And the bigger that faith muscle can get, the more you can be able to do when you put your mind to it. All right, so we're done with that. We're done with that blue right there, and as a matter of fact, we might go ahead and just make a shadow under there just because we're already in that blue. I'm gonna take a little bit of black, bring it here, because I'm gonna show you how to mix some colors. Now, when you bring your color into the other color, it's called contamination. So we always want to bring the color off to the side. Bring a color off to the side. I'm gonna make a dark blue right here. All right, dark blue. Again, we're doing very low budget because not everybody has art materials at their house. So I want to keep this very simple for anybody who may say, I don't have a glass palette, or I don't have a metal palette, or I don't have a plastic palette. We're just going to use a paper plate. It's going to work the same for you. All right, and we're going to make a line that goes all the way to the edge of this canvas that will represent a shadow. All right, while the paint is wet, we want it to be wet so they can blend together well. All right, just going to make a curved line all the way to that corner. All right, and we're going to take that dark blue, and we're going to fill this whole area dark blue. We're going to give the illusion that this vase is creating a shadow on this table. So we're going to give the illusion that art is an optical illusion. We want people to believe. It's not realistic, but we want people to believe that there's a shadow on this table with this dark blue, that this vase is, the light source is coming from here, casting a shadow. If you look at something on the table right now, you see that it's casting a shadow. And that's the illusion that we want to create, that this dark area is casting a shadow right on top of that table or that surface. All right, now again, we're going to give you some basic steps. All right, now we're not going to limit to what you want to do. We're not going to limit to what you're doing. Now if you want to make a very fancy table, a nice tablecloth on that table, listen, go for it. I want you to experiment. There's no mistakes in art, just room for opportunity. So this is the opportunity for you to be creative. It's okay to make happy accidents. All right, you're going to learn more. You can always paint it back out and do it again. There's no perfect painting, because sometimes artists, they may try to overwork this stuff, but it's no perfect painting. Listen, you want to be able to experiment, paint it out, do it again. You can never mess up. All right, you only can learn. We don't have losses over here. We don't have L's. We only have lessons. All right, we paint with faith. So boom, that's looking good to me. I don't know if you like it, but I like it. So let's keep moving. I'm going to clean my brush off from this dark blue, and I'm going to get some yellow now. Big brush, again, big brush. Now this brush is red. The bristles are red. It's not red on the brush. Just the bristles are red. I like it because it's colorful. All right, we're going to get some yellow, and we're going to create the background. Again, you can make different variations of what you want to do. It doesn't follow all the steps, but if you want to be creative and you want to make your back wall a different color, listen, go for it. Be creative, experiment, see where you can go, see where you can get. I'm going to give you basic steps, but the most important piece is that you keep going. All right, don't stop, keep going. Just like a coach would tell you. I was a coach for 7 years, art teacher for 12 years. So you got to be able to keep going. You got to be able to keep going, push through. I coach one of the hardest sports in the world, which is wrestling. And they say once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. And so I want you to understand, once you go through those mistakes, life is going to get easier, all right? The situation is going to get easier. Once you make those mistakes, or you go through those challenges, once you make it through and you come out on the other side, guess what? You're better. You're better than you were before. And you're going to keep getting better if you keep putting yourself through the challenges. You know, diamonds aren't made with pillows. You know that, right? Diamonds are made with pressure. And so once you go through that pressure, you'll be able to come out on the other side. And you think about pearls in the bottom of the ocean, inside of that clam. It's not just a simple process where it goes in and it's automatically become a pearl. It's a process that it goes through. That secretion from that clam over and over again from the irritant of that little piece of sand. Listen, it's going to go through a process, and then guess what? It's great value in that pearl once it comes through that process. We want you to understand that you got to be able to go through a process. You got to be able to go through a situation. You got to go through some heat sometime. Gold is even refined and become better when it goes through the heat. So sometimes you just got to be able to go through the process, go through the heat, go through the pressure to get to your goal. And that's what we're about with Paint with Faith. We want to motivate you, we want to get you excited. And this is just a faith exercise. Again, we're trying to build that muscle. We're trying to go through that process. We're going to exercise our faith by doing something that we normally wouldn't do. All right, how are we going to get better being the same? Where you are today has got you that far by being the same person. If you want to be a bigger and better person, you got to do some bigger and better things in your life. And so we're going to do some different things with this class this week. I got some green in there. Listen, it's okay. All right, you may look at it as a mistake. I look at it as a new opportunity. Now my wall is going to have different flavor on it. That's fine. And if I don't like it, I can just paint it out. Just keep going. All right, see how that starts to vanish? You know why? Because I'm not getting stuck on the little things. I'm majoring in my main goal is to finish the background. So I'm not going to major in that minor thing. I'm going to minor in the minor things and major in the major things. Just keep pushing. Keep going through. How are we looking with that background? Give me some thumbs up, some likes if you like what we're doing. Again, if you want to support what we're doing, hit our Cash App up, hit our PayPal up. You can even Zelle us. All right. So we got the background done. It's looking good so far. Again, we're painting a flower with a vase with some flowers in it. It's going to get exciting after the step. It's just laying down the background, laying down the basic steps. But my favorite parts are coming up, so y'all stay tuned. Here we go. So with that, we have the flowers. All right. Now we're going to use a special technique in order to do the flowers. All right. These are not going to look like normal flowers. We're going to use a different technique. It's going to be very stylized. We don't want it to look like a regular old flower, so we're going to do it in a different type of way. If y'all like what we're doing, give us some thumbs up, give us some hearts. If you're just joining in, we're going to be doing this every day for a spring break week at 1 p.m. Have the kids ready. Get you some markers, get you some color pencils, get you some crayons, get your regular pencils, get your pens if you want to use pens. Go to Walmart, Sam's, Joann Fabric, Hobby Lobby, get you some brushes, paint canvas if you want to paint it. But we're going to give you the basic steps for this class, and it's going to be a fun process. So here we go. We're taking our small brush. All right, we're taking our small brush, and we're getting some red. See that red right there? It's loaded up. And we're going to do a spiral. Now load your brush up on this. Don't be stingy with the paint on this step, all right? We need the brush to be loaded. So we're going to start, and we're going to do a spiral technique, all right? We're going to start in the center and spiral out. All right, we're going to start in the center. I'll bring it close to you, start in the center, and we're going to spiral out, all right? We want that effect. All right, again, start in the center, and we're going to spiral out. Start in the center, spiral out. We can spiral back in, too. All right, we want that little swirly effect. That's really what we want. All right, if you want to reshape your circle at this point, this is a good time to do that. I'm looking at mine, it's kind of crooked. That's fine with me, though. I'm not caught up in the minor things. I'm focusing on the goal, all right? See that spiral look? That's exactly what we want. Y'all see that texture? Oh, man, I love that texture. See that canvas bouncing through? All right, same thing. Now, if you don't like to do the spiral from the center, you can start from the outside. Start from the outside. It's okay to overlap the next circle. Start from the outside. We're going to spiral all the way to the center. All right. But that's the effect we want. Load that brush up. Let's do two layers of that. That's what we want. Look at that spiral. Oh, thumbs up if you like that. Thumbs up. I'm going to do it right here too. It's going to be kind of difficult because I can't go all the way around. But I'm going to just do these half circles. I'll even put the spiral off to the side right here. All right, and I'll just come through, spiral it out to the end. Very good, very good. We're gonna keep going. I love that texture, I love that technique. It's okay to overlap. Again, we're gonna do that spiral technique. We're loading up the brush with red, and we're gonna spiral, 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 and we're gonna come all the way around, cleaning up those edges if you want to. Again, there's no mistakes in art. So whatever we think we made a mistake on, we're gonna work it through the foreground, work it through the end. You see those spiral effects? Exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. So we're curving. I'm gonna spiral it right here. Use it as a reference and spiral out. Let's clean up those edges right there. It's looking good, All right. Oh yeah. Let me round this out a little bit over here. Fantastic. All right. Give me some thumbs up if you like it. All right, here we go. Last one at the top, just hanging off the edge of the page. I'm gonna put the spiral right here, and I'm gonna just work it all the way through. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. If you want to support what we're doing, all right. If you want to support, hit us on the Cash App. Anything will help. You can hit us up on our PayPal. You can go to our website and hit us up as well on our PayPal. So we got the roses almost done there. It's a little piece hanging down. I'm gonna scoop it up right here. Scoop it up, boom. Make this a little bit bigger to even it out. How we looking? Oh yeah. Y'all see the flowers coming through? Y'all see the vase coming through? Again, we're gonna do some special techniques on these next couple parts. You may want to stay tuned in. Special techniques to bring out the life of these flowers and bring out the life in this painting. I'm gonna just add a little bit more right here. If you want to do different color roses, feel free to do that. You don't have to stick with the normal red roses. You can do some purple roses, some blue roses, some violets, some other things going on. There's no limit to what you can do. Feel free to do it. Feel free to be creative. We always say you're more like you're a creator when you create, so we want you to be able to be creative in this process as well. All right, I'm gonna clean off my small brush. Clean it off real good. We stand with the small brush, and we're gonna create some leaves at this time, all right? So I'm gonna grab some green, small brush, and green, small brush and green. I'm gonna bring out a leaf. Now I'm gonna do a special technique because I want this to be able to look realistic. The way you paint with your strokes really affects the style of your painting and what you're trying to achieve. All right, so the way you do your strokes, and we'll have to do this close up so you can see, we're gonna do a line coming out like that, all right? And then we're gonna make kind of like this eye shape or football shape. So we'll come here to make a piece of the leaf, and we'll come here to make a piece of the leaf, all right? Simple steps. Now, the way we fill this leaf in, we don't just want to go ham on it, all right? We want to be able to pull the strokes from that middle line to make it look like a texture, like we can touch that leaf and see the texture. So we're going to pull short strokes from that middle line. You see that? That's what we want. So it looks like a real leaf, all right? We know it's not a real leaf, but we wanted to give it that look. So when somebody look at it, they say, oh yeah, that's a leaf. We're pulling from that middle line again, and we want to be able to give just the illusion that that's a real leaf. All right, and we're gonna do that a couple more times. Let's throw a leaf over here. We might have space. We can put it on the gangster lean. That's fine. We're gonna curve it out right here. We're gonna curve it out on this side over here too. Same technique though. Same technique. We're gonna pull from that middle line. Just pull out till you get to the end of that leaf. All right, because we want that effect to make it look like a real leaf. All right, pulling from that middle line. You see that stem in the middle? That's the effect that we want. Y'all see that? Let's do a couple more. Let's bring one over here, coming down. We can put a little curve on it too. A little curve this way. I'm gonna curve around. We can cover over that vase. That's fine. It's okay to overlap in art. And this leaf is just hanging down. Again, to bring it over, we're gonna work from that middle line coming out. Middle line coming out. And this is a step that you want to be able to be focused, relaxed, and take your time while you're doing it. You don't want to get caught up in trying to rush to finish it. Art is a patient process. A lot of people say I'm very patient. It's because I've been doing this process for so long, all right? This is the time where you can get to relax. There's no pressure, all right? It's nothing for you to just take your time and do it right. Don't get frustrated. Go through the process. As we said before, you know, in order to be better at what you're doing, you got to go through the process. I've been doing this for over 30 years as an artist, and it's not going to just come to you. I made a lot of mistakes, or what I thought were mistakes, but they weren't mistakes. They were just lessons that I had to learn through the process. All right, those leaves are looking very nice. Let's do one last one up here. One last one going up right here. Again, we'll make that middle line, which will represent that middle part of the leaf. I'm not a botanist. I don't know all the terms of the leaf or the flower, so we're gonna curve here, and we're gonna curve here. All right, looking good, looking good. All right, so let's, from that middle line, we're gonna pull out. Again, if you don't have paint, paint and canvas and brushes, you can do this with color pencils. Tell your kids to grab the color pencils out, all right? Tell them to grab the crayons. Tell them to grab the markers. These steps will still work, all right? Oil pastels, these will still work. Watercolor, these steps will still work, all right? This is coming out very nice. Maybe the best one I've ever done, all right? We're gonna stay with the green. We're gonna create some, I don't know what it's called. Don't ask. I'm not a florist, but I just know what I like. All right. So I'm just gonna throw some spray of vegetation coming out of the flowers. If any florists are on the line right now, let me know what these are called. I know it makes the flower look more full and full of life. I know sometimes they call it baby breath, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is. I'm just doing it because I'm an artist and I want to do it. All right. Just gonna create some extra life in between. If you have spaces in between your flowers, you're gonna stick that green in there. Stick that green in there. All right. All right, to fill that up. If you have spaces between the flowers, just stick that green in there. This is coming out very nice. If you think so, give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Now we're gonna put some stems inside of the flower. We're gonna put some stems inside of the flower. Again, Paint with Faith Live here. We're gonna be doing this all week. And we're just gonna load up that brush with green. All right, we're gonna pull till it fades away. That's what we want, that fade effect. All right, again, the way you paint is very important. We're gonna do special techniques that you normally wouldn't get in the class because we're person to person right here. Thank you, beautiful job. Listen, you can paint with us. Stay tuned, we're gonna give you special techniques. Mariah, we appreciate you. Give us some hearts, give us some likes if you want to support. Hit us up on the cash out. But we're gonna do some special techniques only in the live classes that you may not get to see in our regular Paint with Faith classes, or some questions if you want to ask questions. What type of paint you're using, what kind of brushes are you using? We got your back, and we're going to show you all the steps. Thank you, Kiko, thanks for the shout out. Listen, tell RJ to get in the house and do some art with Brother Davis, and he can paint with us as well. Just pull. We're just going to be pulling till this kind of fades out. All right. Get your materials from Walmart. Get your materials from Hobby Lobby. Get your materials from, wherever, okay? And Joanne Fabrics. And we're just gonna keep pulling. You can put as many stems as you want. I like mine to look nice and full, just for the effect, all right? So we're just gonna pull, have these stems coming down, and then we're gonna put some water in this vase. How's that looking? Looking nice? I like it, I like it. Thank you, Sister Dow. Appreciate you tuning in to us. All right, it's looking good, looking good. All right, so we got a bunch of stems. It's coming to life now. Thank y'all for joining in. Give us a shout out, give us some hearts, give us some likes. And let's see how far we can go now. We got the roses done, we got the stems done. Now we're gonna go back into the roses, okay? We're gonna go back into the roses to give it a little pop, a little texture. All right, a little pop, a little texture. We staying with the small brush, Taklon brushes, plastic handle. The wooden brushes will swell in the water and then shrink, and then your brush will start to come apart. All right, so y'all stay tuned. Let's see what we're gonna do with these flowers. If you want to make them pink, you can do this. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna take some white and we're gonna work it into this shape to kind of give it what you call contrast in art. Contrast is basically taking darks, lights, put them next to each other. You remember comparing contrast in school? Well, this contrast will take a very dark color, put it right next to a light color, and that's how you give the illusion of real life. So I'm just gonna take, let's start at this flower right here, and I'm just gonna do some curved lines, all right? Curved lines, just to give the illusion I'm not going to do a full spiral, but just some curved lines just to give the illusion right on the edge of that flower. Give the illusion, all right, of some shapes and some light hitting that flower, all right? Again, we're going to hit it up here. We don't have to put it everywhere. We don't have to go all over. But just a little bit on the edge. Give the illusion that there's some light hitting these flowers, all right? Some light hitting the edges right here on this curve, overlapping that one. It's okay to overlap in art. And we're just creating an illusion of contrast, which is dark and light going right next to each other, all right? And if you think about life, you get a lot of beautiful things when you put the darks and the lights next to each other, all right? We shouldn't have racism. We shouldn't have all those things because darks and lights tend to work well together, especially when you're trying to create a beautiful picture, which is our life, all right? So again, we're just taking this light, we're just curving through. I got a little green in there. I actually like it. I like colors to mix. I don't like cleaning my brushes a lot when I'm painting. All right, I like all those colors to work together. I just like the world should work together, especially in this time right now. We all have to work together now. We all dealing with the same thing. We can't even be thinking about racism at this time because we're all trying to survive and make it through these times. And we know that it's all a purpose for everything, and everything gonna work out for the best, because now we all have to stop the hate. We gotta stop the racism. We gotta stop everything right now to create, you know, what we're doing right now, which is a beautiful painting. All right, thank y'all for joining in. We thank y'all for tuning in. Motivational painting classes here, Paint with Faith. I'm gonna take, just because I'm very excited and I like the people with the comments, the love, the likes. We're gonna throw some dark purple in there. All right, I'm gonna give you your first art test while I'm cleaning my brush. How do you make purple? Somebody give me an answer. How do you make purple for extra credit on today? How do you make purple? I've been an art teacher for 12 years. I'm giving extra credit on today. You might get a gold star. So how do you make purple? Type it in on the screen. I'm gonna read it and see who gets the extra credit on today. How do you make purple? Let me know right now. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to give us the answer, because we're gonna add some purple within the middle of our flowers. That's looking really nice. I'm really liking this painting. It's different every time I paint. I've painted this painting many times, but it's always gonna be different. That's the amazing thing about art. It's gonna be different every time you do it, and the experience is gonna be different. The flow is gonna be different. You're gonna be a different place in your life when you do different paintings. Nobody's gonna give you that answer yet. I'm gonna give you 10 more seconds. How do you make purple? If you don't know, then you need to go back to your art teacher and ask them that question. How do you make purple? You know, Mr. Davis asked me. There we go. Mariah, you got me. Red and blue. You got a gold star for the day and 10 extra credit points. All right. Red and blue makes purple. If you didn't know, now you know. We're gonna show you right here. Again, we don't want to contaminate the color, so we're gonna take some blue, put it on this side. Take some red, put it on this side. Now everybody's red and blue proportion is gonna be different. I like mine to be a little deep purple. Let's throw a little bit more red in there. Oh yeah, I like that. All right, so you wanna mix that. That's a nice purple. And we're gonna add this into our roses. Normally we wouldn't, but you know, just for the sake of experimenting on today, we're gonna come up with that nice deep purple right there. And we're gonna bring it to create some more contrast into our flowers. Now, we wanna make thin lines. So what we're gonna do, all right, Sister Dow, you got extra credit too. I see you over there, blue and red. So we're gonna flatten our brush. You see that? So we flatten it on both sides. We're gonna make very thin lines with the brush now. This is wide lines, this is thin lines. See how we turn that brush? We're gonna turn it thin. All right, we're gonna throw some little details inside these just to create like the illusion, all right, of a dark spiral inside of this rose, all right? This is the part where you gotta be real patient, okay? You can't rush. You gotta just take your time, look close to the canvas, get real close. And we're just gonna throw some little dark curves in there just to give a crease. Now, when I was in art school, I wasn't able to use black. All right, wasn't able to use black in art school. We always had to use purple or blue. All right, and if you art teachers on the line, they'll probably tell you the same. You can't use black because black attracts the whole. All right, Miss Go, I see you right there. You got 10 points as well. Y'all getting this extra credit on today. Okay, that's good. It's good. We're gonna have a whole class of 8 students. That's fantastic. All right, so we're gonna, like I was saying, we couldn't use black because black draws the most attention. All right, black draws the most attention. It'll take over the whole page once you put it there. And if you want to be able to experiment, you put some black on the page over here. You fill the whole painting. You put black there. Then you close your eyes and you open it. Your eyes going to be automatically attracted to the darkest part of that page, and that's why you got to have balance in paintings. All right, that's your other art term, balance. All right, so we're going to put a little bit of dark purple in there. If you like this, give me some thumbs up. Tell me how you like the purple in there now. That is really making that painting pop. Ooh, I love it. I'm really loving that purple in there. Normally don't do this, but today, feeling kind of special, feeling good. All right, day 2 of spring break painting. We're gonna throw some dark purple in there. Oh yeah, that's making it pop, I love that. All right, dark, deep purple in there. Curved lines, looking good. All right, now what I want, if you're gonna be able to experiment with these steps, I want y'all to post your paintings or your drawings on my page. I want to be able to see what you guys are doing out there, because I'm excited to see how many people have tuned in, and actually created something. So I'm going to give I'll give a free art class to somebody who does these steps, all right? Who does these steps, and then post on my page, because I want to see, who's out there following the steps, who's getting motivated, who's taking their creativity to the next level, all right? Who's out there taking a chance in life. Listen, be able to have faith is like taking a chance. Sometimes you're afraid, sometimes you're hesitant, and you don't want to take that leap of faith. But with this, you can do it, all right? Again, there's no mistakes in art, only room for opportunity. There's no mistakes in life, just room for opportunities. Where you correct right, you go left. Where you go left, you correct right. That's how you walk. If you only walk with one leg, you're going to fall over. But you got to be able to go left and right and correct to make a straight line. So don't be afraid to take those steps of faith. All right, don't be afraid to take those steps or those chances of faith. Take that leap of faith. Go to that next level. Write that book, all right? Write that book. Do that drawing. Learn that song. Create that song. Write that song. Whatever you want to be able to do, you can do it. You're never too old. You're never too old to do this. Think about Sam Walton. He didn't start Walmart till his late 40s. All right? What about Kentucky Fried Chicken? Y'all love chicken, right? Listen, Colonel Sanders didn't do that till he was in his 60s, 70s, and 80s, all right? He failed 1,000 times, but he still was a success in the end, all right? He went all over the country, promoting his chicken recipe, and we still eating his chicken today, all right? Extra crispy, all right? Deep fried. Listen, it's never too late, all right? You didn't go to college, so what? So what? You don't have to go to college. Kanye West, he's a college dropout. Keep pushing, keep going. What about the Facebook guys? They dropped out of college too, still going. What about Steve Jobs? Dropped out of college, still going. Listen, it's never too late to do. Listen, you have the time now, all right? I'm about to go on a rant because it makes no sense for you not to be doing what you're supposed to be doing at this time. You got all the time now to do it. You're stuck at home. That book that you were supposed to write, you got no excuses that you got to go to work. All right? That song that you were supposed to create, you got no excuse. That push-up that you didn't do, go ahead and do it now. You're stuck at home. Get to work. All that weight that you want to lose, we stuck in the house now. Come on, man. Lose that weight. Do them push-ups. Do them jumping jacks. Do them squats. You ain't going to work. So get to work. Come on, man. We can do this. Listen, I'm doing these classes because I want the world to know what we can achieve when we just have the time to do it. I'm not charging for these classes because I want people to know that they can have some faith in their goals. I'm doing these classes because this is something I was supposed to be doing months ago. I was supposed to be doing live classes months ago. But now we have the span and the time and able to do it. God has created a great position for all of us. A great position for us to have the time to spend with our families, to have the time to create our work that we need to be doing, time to think. We finally get to think, all right? We don't have to think about going to work, that assignment we're supposed to do, that schedule we were supposed to make, that money that we was trying to make and trying to go get those extra hours. We're not doing that right now. Right now, we're building who we are as an individual. Most motivational speakers will tell you spend less time on your job or your business and spend more time on you. Spend more time. This coronavirus has given us the span of time to put more into ourselves. Every week, I'm doing a challenge. 52 books in 1 year. 52 books in 1 year was my challenge at the beginning of January. The top CEOs, the people that's making the most money in the world, the people that's doing the best things, right? They are reading 52 books in 1 year. So every week I drop a book on my Facebook page that you need to be reading. Listen, you have no excuse not to read right now. You have no excuse. Don't tell me you don't got time to read. You stuck at home. Turn off the TV. Turn off the video games. Turn off the Netflix. Get a book in your hand. If you don't like to read, get an audiobook. The library gives you free downloads of audiobooks. All right? Get motivated. Get reading. Learn what you need to learn. If you don't know how to buy a house, read. Learn how to buy a house. If you don't know how to write a book, read. Learn how to write a book. Listen, we're living in a day and age where there's no excuse for you not getting information. All right? The college lessons are on a decline because most of the stuff you can learn at home. Just spend the time doing it. All right? I'm sorry to go on a rant, but this is a motivational painting class. We're going to get back to the painting. We're doing good, but the motivation is what I'm here for right now because I want you to get off your butt. I want you to get into some work. I want you to read that book. I want you to call that person. I want you to get going and doing what you're really supposed to be doing now that you have this. Don't look at this coronavirus as a situation where you're stuck. All right? This is the time for you to get up and do what you're supposed to be doing. All right? Do it. If you want to learn to draw, write, or paint, listen, let's do it. Spend your time doing it. Listen, I want you all to understand that you're not stuck. You're free. You don't have to think about work. Your kids are home with you. They're not acting up in school. All right, you're not getting called from the principal. You're not getting called from the teachers. They're home with you now. Pour into them kids. All right, teach them the things that you wanted to teach them. Pray with them if you need to pray with them. Encourage them where they need encouragement. Help them with the homework that they're about to get on this computer. All right, if they struggling at math, be their math teacher. If they struggle at reading, be their reading teacher. This is a time for all of us to switch up. And business is called a pivot. When things aren't working, you got to pivot. In basketball, a defender coming at you, you got to pivot. This is the opportunity for us to shift, shake, and make ourselves better. Pour into yourself through this time of coronavirus. Corona is actually your blessing. Think about those Corona commercials. The people sitting on the beach. You know why? Because they got time to sit on the beach because they already got the money flowing in their pockets. Listen, y'all didn't see that, but that's what's happening. When you think about the Corona commercials and the ads, the people are sitting on the beach chilling because they have residual income paying for all their debts and their bills. All right? This is your time. This is the time that God is giving you to do the stuff that you're supposed to be doing. Listen, I'm cranking out a lot of stuff while I'm home. All right? All that stuff I've been trying to do for the last 2-3 years, I'm knocking it out. Hey, listen, get a book. Learn a lesson. Write the book. All right? Research what you need to research. If you're ready to build that business, you can hit me up. I've been building a business for over 12 years, okay? I'll give you some lessons, some things that I learned. I'm not afraid to share it. Listen, now is the time to really get into what you really need to be getting into, okay? We talking about painting, but your life is a canvas. You got to paint it with faith. You got to believe that you can do it. And once you believe you can do it, everything else will flow for you, all right? We're going to get back to this painting. I had to go on that rant because I want you to understand that motivation is the most important piece of what we're doing right now. The painting is beautiful. It's going to be there. It's going to be a reminder that we achieved our goal on today. But what are you achieving on tomorrow? All right, what goals have you set for yourself this year? What goals have you set for yourself for this last couple weeks? What goals have you set for yourself in this month? I got some goals. I'm knocking them out. Now that I have to spend the time to do it. What are you going to do to be better? I'm doing this painting for you to understand that you're going to exercise that faith muscle and achieve that goal. That's what we're about. The painting is just an example. But what are you doing to exercise your faith and achieve your goal? All right? I think I've said enough. And I'll go back into it if I need to. If you didn't get it, we can go back into it. All right? So we got this canvas, all right? We got these beautiful flowers step by step. If you haven't watched, you could go back and see what we've done. Okay? We're going to add some water. We're going to add some water to this, and we're going to give the illusion that it's a nice clear glass with some water inside of it. This is my favorite part. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. This is my favorite part of the painting because we create an optical illusion. All right, so we're going to switch from our small brush Got some purple still on it. Spin it around. Gonna drop it in the water. We're gonna grab our big brush. All right. Again, you can do these steps with color pencils, markers, oil pastels, anything. All right. And we're gonna do this painting. So I'm gonna take my brush. We're gonna take some blue. All right. Again, we don't want to contaminate, so I'm gonna take some blue right over here next to the white. I'm gonna get just a little bit of white. I'm gonna create some light blue. Actually, I didn't get enough white. I'm gonna get some more. Make a very light blue right here. Again, you can follow along with these steps. You can go back and watch canvas, paint, brushes you could get from Walmart, Sam's, any of those places. All right. Now we're gonna take that light blue and we're gonna make a straight line right across. Now, a lot of people are scared to make these lines. All right, are scared to go in and paint over what they've done, but you have to be able to overlap. All right, you can't be so hesitant and scared in life. All right, you got to be able to overlap some stuff that you've done. You may have made some things before that you thought was great. You may have started some things that you thought was great, but then you have to go back and you have to go over those things. All right, you might have to go over those things to make them even better. You may have made a painting, you have made a child, you have made something in your life that you thought was great, but you can always make it better. All right, you can always make it better. So we're gonna create a light blue line straight across. Now y'all see how that's looking right now, and we're gonna pull. We want to pull with what I call the dry brush technique. All right, dry brush technique. So we're gonna pull down until the brush gets dry. All right, we don't want to have a lot of paint on our brush. All right, we don't want to have a lot of paint on our brush, but we're gonna pull down until it fades away, and that's gonna create the illusion that there's water in the glass and that the surface is reflective. All right, so we're gonna pull real quick. Just snatch, 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 till we get all the way to the end. All right, with that light blue. You see that? You see that? Oh, this is why I love art. I'm telling y'all. All right, so we're just gonna pull down real quick, and I'm gonna make these lines curved because it's a curved surface. So I'm gonna follow this leading line, and I'm just gonna come through. See how that's coming? Very light, dry brush technique. We don't need a lot of paint on our brush. I'm just pulling down to make it look like water is in the glass. It's still transparent glass, but we can see that water in there now. We can paint right over that blue line. All right, paint right over that blue line. We're gonna fix it up a little bit later, but you see that? Oh man, that's the effect that we want. Then we're gonna take some white. I'm not gonna even clean my brush off. Take some white, mix with that light blue, and I'm just gonna hit that edge of the glass because we want that real shiny surface to look shiny. You see, I'm gonna come all the way down too. You see that? You see how we hitting that edge? Because we want it to look like a shiny glass surface. Come all the way down, all the way down, all the way to the bottom of the glass. All right, and I'm just chopping up the line. I don't want the line to look too perfect. Then with that same white, I'm gonna come back up, snatching it up, snatching it up. The second layer to make it look reflective. All right, second layer to make it look reflective. All right, Eric, thanks for joining in. Appreciate that. Who else we got on the line? Carla, thank you so much. All right, for joining in. Listen, we want y'all to be motivated. We want y'all to get excited. We want y'all to have some beautiful art at the end. All right, looking good, looking good. I'm gonna take some of this white up to the top because the glass goes all the way up. All right, so I'm gonna take some of this white going over my leaf. That's fine. And I'm just gonna throw a little bit of light lines right on top of the green because those stems are in the glass as well. All right, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be hesitant. All right, because we want that glass to look very translucent and we want it to look shiny. This is even too bright for me right here, so I'm gonna just come back in with that white. All right. Now, if you want to make your vase a different color, you don't want it to be glass, all right, that's fine as well. Let me come right here. Let me even this out a little bit. Again, I'm painting on an angle, so everything you're seeing is a different angle from what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna come back in, clean that up a little bit. You see that? I want to make that look like a transparent, translucent vase, very glassy. All right, and I'm just throw some thick layer of white on here, thick layer of white. Real quick snatch, just snatching over that. Snatch, snatch. All right, so we have a nice glassy surface. It looks shiny, it looks reflective. That's exactly what we want. All right, so we're almost done. We're almost to the end. This is looking real good. I'm very impressed with myself. Again, every painting I do is different. I've done this painting a number of times, but it's just a different experience every time. I'm gonna add some extra steps to this as well. I'm gonna get some white. Again, we don't like to contaminate the color, so I'm gonna bring a little bit of white right here, a little bit of green. Make some light green here. Light green. And I'm gonna add these on top of my leaves, just for effect. Let's try it out. I've never done this before on the paintings, but let's see what we can do. We're just gonna do one side. Again, we have the stem in the middle. The stem in the middle. And we're only gonna pull one side. Very lightly. We don't need a lot of paint, just to give the illusion that there's some light in the room. All right. It's not making a big effect, but I just wanted to try it out. See if it'll make a difference. I'll just put it on the top piece, just a little bit. A little bit on the bottom, not too much. Just to create, again, some contrast, your artwork for the day. You don't need a lot of white, just a little bit, just tap, tap, tap. Just tap, 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 tap. And I'm even go back in with another coat of green right on top of that, all right? All right, pulling from that middle line. Pulling from that middle line, coming back on top. All right, it's looking good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Give us a shout out, give us a holler. If you want to support what we're doing, hit us up on the Instagram. Hit us up on the Facebook. Hit us up in the Cash App if you want to support. All right, this is looking real good. We got a little bit more details to put on there. We're gonna add some flavor to the background. You don't have to do this step if you don't want. You can do it if you want. But I'm gonna show you the step either way. Give us some hearts, give us some likes, give us some shout outs. I'm gonna take some red first. Take some red. We're just gonna add kind of like confetti, you know. Actually, we're gonna switch the brush around to the back part. And we're gonna add some kind of like confetti to the background on the backdrop, just to give the painting some flavor. All right, if you like it, cool. If you don't, you don't have to. But I want to give you the most for your experience, all right? You got to be able to go beyond what you would normally do. Where you are today, you only got that far by being the same person. Okay, if you want to be a different person, you got to do some different things. You got to take some bigger steps. You got to exercise that faith, all right? So we added some red spots in there, add some blue ones as well. All right, just taking the back of the brush, adding some confetti type effects in there, just to, you know, fill up this background, make it a little bit different. All right, if you have orange, since I mentioned orange, let me give you a second art test for the day. How do you make orange? How do you make orange? Just type it in. Coach Ro, shout out to Coach Ro, help us out. It's always good to have a coach in your life. Again, I'm a certified life coach. If you need some help getting through some struggles, some situations, if you need somebody to push you through, again, Paint with Faith is about motivation. We believe if you can do this painting, all right? If you can do this painting, it may not look like mine, but if you can just do it, if you can get to the end of it, get to the goal, then what else could you achieve in your life, all right? With some motivation. Coaches are for motivating. They get you to go to the next step. They push you beyond your limits. That's what a coach is good for. Get you a coach in your life somewhere. And then you got to have somebody give you some guidance, all right? Coaches can also give you guidance. They can show you the mistakes that they made. They can push you beyond that step that you didn't get through. You might need a mentor in order to build your business or your platform or your portfolio. You know, somebody to walk you through the steps. That's your guidance. And then most of all, you gotta have some faith or some belief in yourself, your goals, your achievements, and your dreams. You gotta be able to get to that next step. You gotta push yourself deeper beyond what you've been doing. All right. So motivation, guidance, faith in yourself. That's what Paint with Faith is about. You can get there. Again, somebody tell me, how do you make orange? Post it right here. Let me give you extra credit. All right, Sister Dow, you got extra credit for the day. You're gonna end up in this class as an A+ student. So I'm proud of you. We're gonna make some red and some yellow together to get some orange. She got the answer first, so we're gonna take some yellow over here off to the side. We're gonna take some red over to the side. You want to be able to balance that out between the red and the yellow to get the perfect orange for you. red, yellow, mixing that together. I got too much red in there. It's okay. I'll get some more yellow, knock it on there. It's gonna be a very yellow orangey color. That's fine. If you just want to buy yourself some orange, you can do that as well. I'm gonna take some of this orange, throw it in the background as well. Here we go. How you doing, Monique? Shout out. Still doing art. When the high school came out, still doing art. And we just doing classes for the kids this week, spring break. If you got your senior citizens stuck in the house, they tired of being home with you, they in assisted living facility, in a nursing home, you can put this video on. Bring them some art materials. Go to Michael's, Joann's, Walmart. Get you some canvas, get you some paint, acrylic paint, and you can put this in front of them. You could paint along with them. This is a good bonding situation for families. This is why we've been successful in the last 6 years of business, because we're putting people together in the opportunity to, one, motivate them. Everybody needs some kind of motivation somewhere. And then secondly, we're guiding them, showing them that sometimes you can be outside the classroom and get a good teacher, all right? I was a teacher for 12 years. I'm out of the classroom now. Now I'm everywhere to be able to teach more people. That's what life's about. And then lastly, we want to be able to exercise your faith. I run into a lot of senior citizens that say, I can't do this. And then when they finish the painting class, they say, man, I've never painted before in my life. 80, 90, 70 years old people that's never painted before in their life, and they have an opportunity to paint with me. It makes me feel good. It makes them feel good. And then they leave, and now they have paintings all over the house that they've done with Paint with Faith. We're in the house. We're in the classroom. We're in churches. And it's good to be a part of their lives in this way, to encourage them, to motivate them, to give them some guidance, and then understand that they got some faith as well to be able to achieve a goal that they never thought they'd achieve in their lives. All right? So we got the confetti in the background. I'm still loving this painting. I'm still liking it. We're almost to the end. I thank you all for joining in. If you want to support, again, hit us up on the Cash App or the PayPal. Support what we're doing. We're trying to make it to the next level, and we want to be able to, hire more people, get more artists. If you know some artists that want to be a part of Paint with Faith, you're looking for more artists from West Palm Beach all the way down to Homestead. We're going to flood the whole market with artists, and we're going to put them all out in different areas. Take their gift, give it back to the world. That's what we want to be able to do. They have a gift of art. They have a special talent. We want to be able to use it, give it back, let them make some money as well. All right? So we're almost done. Cleaning my brush off again. And I'm going to do another step that I normally wouldn't do in classes. Okay, I'm going to take a small brush and get some white. All right, and if you wanted to create, some kind of checkered tablecloth, you can make some straight lines coming straight down. All right, again, special technique time. If you want to take the small brush and you want to flatten it, all right, on both sides. That's how you're going to get the thin lines. Flatten it on both sides. All right, we're going to flatten it on both sides, and we're going to pull these thin lines down. If you want to create, some kind of checkered tablecloth or lined tablecloth, you can take these steps to do it. They don't have to be perfectly straight, nor do they have to be all the same width. All right, you just want to give the illusion. Again, art is an optical illusion, and you want to be able to create something beautiful, and it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so if you just want to make some lines on a tablecloth like that, if you just want to, you don't even have to cross them all the way. Go across some. You just want to create the illusion that the tablecloth has lines on it. Doesn't have to be perfect. Very quick, short lines. Another tip. The quicker you make the line, the straighter it's going to be. All right. So whenever you try to make a straight line and you're wiggling, people always say, "Hey man, you could draw very well. You could paint very well. I can't even make a straight line." Well, you can make a straight line, but you can't do it slow. You have to do it fast. All right. So if you want to make a straight line, the faster you do it, straighter it'll be. And you can hover over it until you feel good, and then you bring the pencil or brush or whatever down. All right. And as you do it more and more, you build the confidence to do it. And that's with everything in life. The more and more you do it, the more confidence you have in what you're doing. Keep doing these paintings over and over. Change the steps. If you want to do this painting twice, do it with a different color background. Do it with a different color tablecloth. Change the flower colors. Make the leaves in different spots. You can do this painting over about 4 or 5 times and have a whole collection. And that's the best part about Paint with Faith Live at this time. We're almost done here. We're about to sign out soon. Again, your life is a canvas. You got to be able to paint it with faith. We believe there's no mistakes in art, just room for opportunity. We want you to take this time to be able to spend, to build yourself as an individual. Learn how to do art, but also learn how to do something else. Learn how to become the person that you want to be. Pour into yourself as you have the free time. Read some books, watch some videos, take some lessons. Don't spend the whole time in leisure, all right? Just because you're not at work doesn't mean you're on vacation. All right, spend the time building yourself up to be in the next level. Don't take this whole break off of work in leisure. Don't just Netflix and chill, all right? Read a book. Learn to do something new. Learn a new lesson that you have been trying to learn. Take some steps to be better, all right? After this whole thing goes over, you got to be a better person when you finish. You cannot be the same person after this whole corona situation that you were before it started, all right? You got to be better at the end of this, all right? Something's got to come out of this that's productive. Don't be unproductive in these times where you're stuck in the house. You're not stuck. You're free now. You're free from your job. You're free from the stresses of the world. They're cutting bills down. You don't have to focus on the bills so much. So now you can really turn into the individual that you're really supposed to be. Don't waste the time. This corona thing is a gift. Take it as a gift. It is a gift for you to really get back on track, to be the person that you, if you're not making money, now you can think about new ways to making money without having to go to work. What if you at this time period, you learn how to make an extra $100 a week just by learning something online or making something for somebody and they paid you? What if by the end of this whole thing, you're making an extra $200, $300 a week because you learned to do something different that you took the time to learn while you're not at work, while you're not driving the kids to school or picking up the kids from school, while you're not taking care of somebody else? What if you took that time to learn to make some extra money on the side? All right, there's so many multi-level marketing businesses that you can get into. Now is the time to learn to do better. You may take a little bit investment, but guess what? You can't even think about the cost of it because the value of it is so great. This time that we have, time is something that's invaluable, all right? It's a one commodity that we can never get back. So take this time to be better, all right? Paint with Faith is about motivation. We're going to do these paintings. We're going to be here every day to motivate you. We're going to be here to give you some guidance, be here to give you some motivation, and be here to teach you some art. But most of all, you got to be able to have that faith in yourself to take yourself to that next level. And we're going to ask this last question. This last question that's going to end this painting is what we ask at the end of every class. What does it take to be a famous artist, all right? We're going to take the famous artist part off. What does it take to be a famous person? Every time you meet a famous person, you're going to ask for this one thing. And what do you need? I'm going to look for some answers. This is the bonus gold star answer of the day. What is it going to take for you to achieve and be that famous person? Everybody's going to ask for this one thing. Give me the answer. I'm going to give you a few seconds to paint that in, to type that in. And while you're typing that in, I'm going to play around with this painting because I love it so much. I might give it as a gift. Listen, if you're going to do these paintings, I want you to post it. We'll give you a free art class, free painting class. You'll be the only one. Now, if you get a group of people, yours will be free. But we're going to give you a free art class for all the people that's doing these assignments. All right? I want you to post them on my page, Chevis Davis Facebook page. You can post it on my Paint with Faith page. You can post it on my Instagram, at Paint with Faith, or at Chevis, the GOAT, CHIVAS, the GOAT. If you like what we're doing, hit us up with the Cash App. All right? Money is still important right now. People still trying to make money. We're still a business. Hook us up on the Cash App. Hook us up on the PayPal. Hook us up on the Zelle. We got you back. We're going to be doing these classes for free for this week. But if you want to support, you can support as well. Every day, 1 p.m., Monday through Friday. We got about 3 more days to do this. So give us a shout out. Here we go. All right? Nobody gave me the answer. Nobody's going to get the extra credit. Nobody's going to get the gold star for the day. What do you need to be a famous person? Nobody put it there. All right, I'm going to give you the answer. I'll keep the credit for myself. You need to have a signature, all right? In order to be a famous person, you need to have a signature. If you don't have one, go online and learn how to write some cursive. If you didn't learn cursive, all right? But you need to be practicing my motivation and the Lord. All right, yeah, you definitely need your motivation and the Lord. You do need that. But right now, we're talking about your signature. Have God first in your life. Yes, you need that. Those are all good answers. Those are all good answers. But right now, we're talking about putting your signature on your work. I'm going to take this bottom corner. I'm going to do my signature, Chevis Davis. the most famous artist that you'll ever know is Disney. When you see that Disney Plus, that's his signature. All right, the most famous signature in the world is Disney. Here you go, Shevis Davis here, also a famous artist, top of the line artist, one of the best artists that you know and will know in life. The owner and creator of Paint with Faith. We're here to motivate you. We're here to give you guidance. We're here to support you in your time of what you may think is boredom, but we're going to teach you here to teach you some art and give you the motivation you need to go to the next step and be better in your life. So share this video with a friend, family member, somebody you know who got kids, who may be homeschooling. We're going to be doing these classes only for this week, all right? Only for this week for free, 1 p.m. Give us a shout out, give us a holler. Remember, your life is a canvas, painting with faith. I actually want to tell the story at the end of this class. I know it's been a lot of motivation, and that's what I want. I didn't give so much yesterday, but I want to give you a story on today. There was a man who was walking on a journey, and he fell off a cliff, and he's hanging on the side of the cliff. He caught a little tree, and he was holding on real tight. And he said, "Oh man, someone can please help me, please help me, please. Someone, if anyone's out there, please help me." And he was screaming for, a couple minutes, 20, 30 minutes. He's screaming, "Help, please help." And then he hears a voice. Says, "I can help you." He says, "What? Is there a voice? I can help you." He said, "Well, who is it? Who is it?" He said, "It's God. Let go. I can help you. Just let go and trust me." And you know what the guy did? He said, "Is anyone else up there? Is anyone else up there?" Sometimes there's a voice telling you. There's a voice telling you to let go and trust. And sometimes in order to achieve your goals, you got to be able to let go and trust. And if God is in your life, you got to be able to let go and trust, even when times seem hard, even when times seem bleak, even when time seems like it's going to be detrimental to your life. And even if it seems like you're going to die, sometimes you got to be able to let go and trust. So that's your motivation for today. Again, thanks for tuning in. Paint with Faith Live. Again, we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. on time. We're on time business. If you want to support what we're doing, hit us up with the Cash App, PayPal. We thanks and love your support. Give us some hearts, give us some likes, share this video with somebody that you think will enjoy what we're doing. And so that's it. Have a great day.